Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Recently I made a list showcasing you a selection of games that I deem perfect for Valve's Steam Deck, and due to popular demand, I'd like to show you some more. This is another 10 plus games perfect for the Steam Deck. Enjoy! For those of you unfamiliar with my criteria, firstly, the game must be Steam Deck verified. Secondly, it should run smoothly, not just scraping by on the lowest settings at 20 to 30 FPS. And finally, it should lend itself well to handheld gameplay. No RTS games heavily reliant on mouse and keyboard, nor overly complex titles unsuitable for short gaming sessions on the go. Keep in mind the games listed are not ranked in any particular order, so without further delay, let's start with Dave the Diver. This is a charming genre mashup with a lot of depth, pun intended. The gameplay loop consists of hunting for marine wildlife in a 2D side-scrolling environment, so you can make sushi out of them to sell at your restaurant later. We have management mechanics, RPG mechanics, farming mechanics, and all of it is packaged nicely in a quite long and interesting story. At first I was skeptical because I assumed that the game would lean too much on the restaurant management. However, to my delight, every aspect of the game's daily routine is fast and polished, ensuring that gameplay never feels tedious. Cult of the Lamb is another game that I was a bit skeptical of at first. You assume the role of a lamb tasked with founding and managing a cult. The objective, to ensure the cultist's needs are met by continuously upgrading your cult with new members and buildings such as shelters. Resources can be harvested from around your cult, but the primary method involves exploring roguelite dungeons. Within these dungeons, you'll unlock new items and resources and confront bosses pivotal to your progression. Much like Dave the Diver, Cult of the Lamb could easily fall into the trap of feeling monotonous, but the gameplay loop between dungeon exploring and cult managing is so smooth that it becomes a very engaging experience. Dome Keeper is a straightforward tower defense game in which you defend your dome against incoming alien waves and mine deep into the ground below you to find resources that in turn help you upgrade your dome. In the main game mode, your ultimate objective is to retrieve a hidden relic deep beneath the ground. With each wave increasing in difficulty, there's a sense of urgency to locate the relic quickly. However, you must carefully balance all your upgrades, improving your drill, movement speed, and your dome's defensive capabilities, since all resources are limited. This leads to thrilling, brief gameplay sessions where every decision counts. Originally a Switch exclusive, Monster Hunter Rise made its way to PC later on. For the uninitiated, Monster Hunter is an action RPG where you venture into open areas to hunt down formidable monsters. With the loot obtained from these hunts, you craft weapons and armor, enabling you to tackle even bigger and more challenging threats. The gameplay is incredibly addictive, especially with friends. Monster Hunter Rise in particular is a great entry in the series, as it runs very well on the Steam Deck and has a lot of quality of life improvements that make it easy for new players to get into the series. But it would be unfair to not shout out Monster Hunter World as well. It is more graphically demanding, but still Steam Deck verified, and it runs at around 40-50 FPS on medium settings, which I still think is tolerable. While there are differences between this and Monster Hunter Rise, the core gameplay remains consistent. Many players still flock to Monster Hunter World on PC, and it often goes on sale for a bargain price during Steam sales. If you're new to the Monster Hunter series, both titles offer a fantastic entry. Mad Max is an incredibly underrated RPG set in the iconic Mad Max universe, characterized by vast deserts and intensive vehicle combat. It boasts a large open world with a pretty good story and some side quests as well. The main objective of the game is to upgrade your car, making it a near indestructible death machine. It runs shockingly well on the Steam Deck and is one of my favorite RPGs to play on it. Risk of Rain 2 is a 3D roguelike that I have played for hundreds of hours. It's a simple and well-crafted game in which you fight your way through several stages filled with hostile aliens. As time passes, the game becomes more difficult, and to counter that, you open crates around the map with random items that help you along the way. The addictive nature of the game comes from the items. As you learn the game's mechanics and how the different characters work, what their strengths and weaknesses are, you realize that some items are better suited than others for certain characters and tasks. So with every run, you start to fine-tune your inventory and try out different things, making every game unique even though you already played it for ages at this point. It's honestly a fantastic game. The Long Dark stands out among survival games for its ability to evoke feelings of desperation and hopelessness. Unlike many other titles in the genre where players eventually establish a stable supply of resources and focus on base building or exploration, The Long Dark takes a harsher approach. Its mechanics are unforgiving and realistic, constantly reminding players of the fragility of their existence. No matter how well prepared you may feel, a single misstep, a broken ankle, or a prolonged exposure to the freezing cold will lead to failure. It is an intense and very atmospheric game that I come back to from time to time. Boltgun is a retro-style FPS set in the Warhammer universe. This sort of genre really shines on the Steam Deck, and this one in particular works quite well. The gameplay is very Doom-inspired, the movement is snappy, and the nostalgia-inducing gameplay is fun as hell. Since we already mentioned Doom, might as well talk about it some more. Both Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal are Steam Deck verified and are well optimized, so they run buttery smooth on the Steam Deck. These games have very fast gameplay, and I find myself struggling a tiny bit with the analog sticks alone. This is where the Steam Deck's gyro aiming comes in handy. And there you have it, some personal recommendations from me that are perfectly suited for the Steam Deck. Remember, these are just my opinions, so if I happened to overlook your all-time favorite game, feel free to share it in the comments below. And if you would like to see more videos like this in the future, please do let me know in the comments as well. But that's it on my part, thank you very much for watching, and of course, have a great day.